You're too big to run. You just need to lose weight to be fast. It's just not practical to do both. Now, these are the kind of comments that I hear all the time, especially if you're a bigger guy or even a heavier runner. But today, I'm traveling down to the big man himself, Zack George, who was once the fittest man in the UK, and we're going to show you what us big boys can do. We're at Big Fat Gym today, is that what it stands for, BFG?
Big effing George.
Big Fat Gorillas. We're going to go through a bit of a high rock sim today. I did one with my partner last week, and today Zack's just taking me through a workout, try and push me a little bit more.
I'm just stepping in because his partner's, you know, he's not turned up, his train got cancelled.
What are we going to go through today?
We're just going to see where we're at. So we're going to do some running, we're going to do some rowing, ski erg, some burpee broad jumps, basically all the high rock elements we can do in this gym.
Let's see what big boys can do.
And see where we're at, see if we can keep up.
Just for some context going into this workout, Zack George is one of the world's top CrossFit athletes, as well as being the UK's fittest man in 2020, and just an all-over stud. Myself, I come from a bodybuilding background, and a few years ago, casually got into running, and this has become one of my big hobbies and passions, is combining the two modalities together, and being a heavy runner, I think there's some considerations that need to be taken into place.
Could be that for an hour, or it could be like a workout we did today. And then in the evening, just like strength, like bodybuilding stuff.
But not much cable stuff, obviously.
No, I have it in my house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I do like some gymnastics, or do bodybuilding, or I'll do like leg strength twice a week. It's like squats, like heavy lunges, and then a few upper body, like strict gymnastics, weighted gymnastics.
How do you find your recovery is though from training twice a day and then being heavy on top of it?
I've just done it for so long now. I've done it for 10 years, so body's just used to it, yeah. I'm about 103 now. I competed at 95, 8 kilos difference, a lot.
Last time I weighed myself, I think it was about 200 pounds. My ideal weight is like 190 pounds, probably 10 pounds lighter. Just makes me a little bit more efficient for my height as well, because I'm 5'11", 6'2" on a good day. It's a bit more to carry around.
Yeah, but I do like an hour and a half of cardio probably every day, and I'm still the size I am, so just naturally.
How do you think you manage to maintain the size? Because that's the thing that everyone...
I always try and lose it. Yeah, but I just naturally a big guy. But my whole career I spent trying to cut, like, drop weight.
Are you one of those people who you find it more difficult to drop weight than it is to put on weight?
Yeah, probably. I find it hard to like lose muscle mass without like just not training.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I put on weight super easy. I put on fat really easy as well. I'm just a very easy gainer. But then I lose fat fairly quick, but I just maintain like muscle build. Yeah. Which for CrossFit it's not ideal, because obviously gymnastics, if you're heavy, it's hard, and I get pumped really easily.
Yeah.
So then it gets harder to do stuff when you're more jacked up and that, but can't complain. So you want to go into the squat. You don't want to catch and then squat. You want to be going down as the ball's coming down.
Yeah.
Do my wall balls like this. And then say when I'm like around 100 mark, I'll start dropping. When my shoulders really get tight. 20 you won't need that, just focus on going quick.
Yeah.
You're competitive, aren't you? Yeah? If you break the wall balls, you fail. So don't fail.
Do you feel like you lose anything if you do too much running there? Do you like lose strength or gymnastic work?
No, I've always been really fortunate. I've always just kept strength. Like, I'm just naturally a strong athlete. I'm not power cleaning or any sort of clean for about 6 months. And on Saturday I did power clean at 150 and it was super easy.
How do you think you can compromise that in terms of like, is it fueling, is it recovery, is it...
What, maintaining the strength?
Yeah, and size, because the biggest myth is that I'm going to lose muscle and strength when I'm doing...
And some people will, like, depending on genetics. We've got athletes here who need to be on a strength block or like a bodybuilding block for a long time to be able to maintain some size, and then as soon as they stop and just do like fitness for a month, like leading up to the Open or something, they just lose strength. So that's depending on the person. But for me, like, if I don't focus on gymnastics, they'll take a massive dip. So everyone's got something where if you don't work on it, it'll take a dip. Luckily strength is not mine, but mine's more gymnastic stuff. But You just got to know your body and have a well-structured plan and know what your training goals are as well. Like if you really want to focus on strength, you can't try and PB your marathon time and really get really strong. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something's got to give a little bit here.
What did you eat before today's session?
Just 4 Weetabix.
4 Weetabix?
Yeah, that's it.
Is that the...
I'm really lapsed with night diet. I did a workout, like a little 10-round workout, and then we just did the running and row one, which was quite nice. And then we just finished a little blast there.
You're like one of those people, you know, in Benidorm, where those old people sit on the sun all day and they can just absorb the sun because they've sat in it for so long. You're like that, but like train endurance. You just sat in train endurance for so long.
Yeah.
You've grown this invisible wrinkly skin which you can harden to fucking exercise. I just
cool.
need to see like what I can get done this next 7 weeks block. I had an unstable foundation because the 24-hour carry, which like that modality ruined me. Then I had the car crash and then I had COVID. It was like one thing after another. But now I feel like, touch wood, I'm in this good space where I can just cruise.
And 7 weeks is a lot. It's like a long time to prep for something.
Especially
because you've got a good base already.
My mindset though, like where it's like, I'll just like fully fucking knock it out the park, and it doesn't matter what's gonna come up. How many lifts will you be doing then per week? Are you doing 2 every day?
So I train twice a day, 6 days a week.
How long are those sessions?
The morning ones are about hour to hour and a half, and that's including warm up, cool down, the actual workout. So Monday will tend to be something like that workout I showed you, like a 40-minute EMOM, like a long piece. Tuesdays is normally like CrossFit style workouts, but it's just good for engine work because we'll be moving like with a high speed for 20 minutes. So it's just good for engine building. On Wednesdays we'll do basic fitness workouts, so we'll do like rowing and burpees or ski erg and burpees, bike and burpees. Thursdays we'll do like zone 2, so we'll just do like an hour and a half, just steady pace. Could be run, bike, ski. And then Fridays would be like sprint work, which is pretty nasty, so like sprint intervals on the assault bike. And then Saturday will be barbell cycling and gymnastics.
Speaking of zones, are you measuring heart rate?
Nah, again, I'm super laid back.
Well,
just make sure I'm ahead of second place. If my heart rate needs to go to 250, it'll go to 250.
What runs?
What,
Like,
heart rate?
are you doing some easy runs or the interval runs? Or are you measuring like anything to do with heart rate zones, RP, and those?
Nah, just go hard. I've always just gone hard all the time. I've done it for so long, I've just trained.
But what about, what would your advice be to like someone who is a heavier runner and like they're looking at, I need to increase my training a little bit because I've got some kind of 10k event, or
yeah,
I've got a high
you want to do your different zone stuff, so that's really important. You want to be doing intervals, so like 10 rounds of 400s, then you want to be doing your longer stuff, so like your 2, 3, 4Ks. For me, like for CrossFit for 10 years, we very rarely had to run anything past 5k. Like I've ran a 6k once. All the rest has been like 400 meter on a track, and then you've got to do 20 deadlifts, 20 burpees over bar, do that 3 rounds sort of thing. So I've very rarely had to do long distance running, so I'm not really focused on that too much.
Because that's the interesting thing is people look at like the people at the top of the game, like for example, you in CrossFit or Hunter and High Rocks or like a Nick Bear running, and they go, I just need to do what they're doing.
Yeah, no.
And they're not seeing like the iceberg theory of like all that work that's gone in before.
Yeah, exactly. And like Hunter's a big guy as well, isn't he?
Yeah, so is Nick as well.
Yeah, they're both big guys. So my training program definitely wouldn't work with someone else because I've done that for 10 years and built up. I didn't start training twice a day, 6 days a week, continuously, week on, week out. I kind of started with one session a day, and then slowly built up over the years. So yeah, people don't go try and start training twice a day, 6 days a week, because it probably will batter you. Now sort of transitioning to more high rock stuff, I just take that same sort of mentality into high rocks, and I can push hard. All the machine stuff, like I've always been one of the best on machines, so that stuff's pretty easy. For me, it's just getting the running times down, but I know I can run, like I'm a decent runner for my size, but I just need to probably lose about 6-7 kilos just to get like a really competitive time.
Thank you for humbling me today, big man. Appreciate it.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed testing you.
Yeah, and now it's back to the drawing board to get absolutely smashed. That workout absolutely humbled me. And I think it's good to sometimes step outside the comfort zone, and not in an egotistical way, but not always try and be the biggest fish in a small pond. Try and humble yourself, try and push yourself out the comfort zone, try and train with people who are better than you, who require and ask more of you so that you can fulfill your potential. Because going away from this session now, I know for a fact that with some of the high rock sessions I have coming up for Manchester in January 2024, I will be pushing myself way harder because the bar has now just been raised on how slack maybe some of my sessions are, or just sometimes how every now and again you'll knock a couple 100 meters off or knock a couple of reps off a workout. And it's the amount of the times that you do that. Imagine all the bits that you go, oh, do you know what, I'll just skip that bit. And if you hadn't, how much better you'd be.